SSG 227 students, you are welcome to this term's course on computer graphics. We are going to make use of the same videos, audios, slides, and several other things that we developed last term. But you are not just going to inherit everything straight, because you are a different class from that class. There are some advantages you have, and we shall capitalize on those advantages to give you, you will take all they have, but you are going to do like much more than they did, because you have learned. I taught you Python last time, and I'm assuming that everybody in this class had that experience. So if you had that experience, I deliberately taught the Python to prepare for this class. So I hope you will see the reason why I was doing several of the things I did when we were taking the computer programming course. You're welcome to the class in 2023. Since this is not the first time I'm teaching you, let me just make some things very clear. There are two lecturers that are assigned to this course, myself and my colleague, Ogundero, sorry. But he has already met you physically, and from time to time he will meet you. Sometimes I will come and meet you too physically. When it is called for, it will be done. I should be, if everything goes well, I should be on leave from the middle of this month. But that's not going to disturb the class. I will continue teaching you while I'm on leave without any, as long as you are ready to learn. So whether you will learn from me or not is going to depend on you, not me. I'm ready to teach you. So I don't take this course or any course that I teach as the normal route learning to get a degree and everything. I am looking at you as young people who have an opportunity to make your parents proud and advance your own condition, even though you are living in Nigeria where there are a lot of problems. The courses that you are going through can be solutions to your problems. They are not going to be additional problems for you, provided you do the right thing. Some of you have understood how I examine, because the courses I teach are often very practical. And because they are practical, I want to see whether you have acquired the skills. I don't want you to cram something in the book and give me. I can go and read it in the book by myself if I want it from the book. I want to see whether through the term, whether you have attained a number of skills. That's what I'm trying to achieve. Like, this is a course on graphics. Can you do graphics? That will be the question we are trying to answer at the end of the term. Can you do, as a result of your going through this course, are you therefore able to do engineering graphics? Can you do computational graphics? Can you create objects using the GUI? Can you create objects programmatically? Can you create actionable objects that you can use to simulate, animate, and design products? Those are the things that are of importance to me. And it will show in the way I approach this course and the way I approach other courses that we may take together. Just know that I just want to see how many skills that you can acquire. And the way I will test you is this. You are going to create it. Well, you will see, I will go through that systematically as we go on. But let me just assure you of one thing. If you obey my instructions, you should get an A in the course. And there is nothing stopping anybody or everybody from getting A's. There is nothing in this world stopping you, except your laziness. So if at the end of the term you didn't get an A, just write it down. It's because you are lazy. That's all. There is no reason why you can't get an A. Not only can you get an A, you can understand and know this course, and you can use it to advance your career in life and your ability to get better jobs, be a job creator, and be somebody who, even when they say there is no job in Nigeria, it will not apply to you, because you have the skills that can land very well-paying jobs that will take you out of the economy of Nigeria, even if you are physically here. So that's what this and virtually everything I teach is about. I am not restricting myself to just getting your degree. I want to see whether this can make a difference in your life. and we can use you as a contributor to this progress of Nigeria. That's the whole idea here. So you are welcome to 2023. Somebody is already sent me a chat. Let me see. Okay, 70 students are registered. Good. So right now we have 47, and so there are some awards already. So the people who we get, the people who we fail and who we get low grades, there are already nearly 23 of them. So already. So how to fail is to refuse to come to take advantage of the facilities you are given. That is how to fail. And then at the end of the term, I am used to it. Students will start writing me letters and are appealing for marks, appealing for this, appealing for review, telling me they did not understand something. If you don't understand something, this is the time to tell me, not at the end of the term. So if there's something you don't understand, tell me now. Don't wait until the year is over, then you now remember that you didn't understand some things. At that point, it's too late. Okay, so that is that's something that we should be cognizant of. This set of slides is actually a supplement. The week 1 slides are already there. And if you go to the website, you can download it. But that is the lecture I gave last year, last year, I think, last session. So that will not be yours. But so that's why I've added this supplement to now put you in the view. So you can access that at the course site. You know where that is already. I'm assuming. So that's not a problem. You can reach that. And then furthermore, you know that there's a set of lectures that was used, and the videos and slides, and the slides used to make the videos are available to be downloaded. So you can download those. These and the following slides are additional to supplement those video and slides. So the video for week 1 is nearly 2 hours long. I do not expect us to talk this today for more than 30 minutes. I don't think we will talk for more than 30 minutes to supplement that video. So once we finish, you can go and download the full video for the first week. And let me tell you what that first week is doing. There's very little of theory of graphics or anything there. I am trying in that video to situate the reason why every engineering program teaches graphics and to stress the importance of that. So by the time you watch that video, you will see how critically important graphics is to the engineer. So it is not just one of those courses. In fact, in my opinion, it's even more important than mathematics to the engineer. Graphics is even more important than the mathematics. You will see the arguments for that in the videos that you will get. Main software. The primary software used for this course is Autodesk Fusion 360. Fusion 360 by Autodesk is available for free. University of Lagos is one of the recognized universities on the site of Autodesk. They know we exist, and they know that we have students, and they have decided that our students are qualified to get all their software while they are students for free. So you can go there, register properly. Better you register with the University of Lagos email, but even if you don't register with the University of Lagos email, as long as you have your identity card and credentials are enough resources to prove you're a student of the University of Lagos, they will let you register and you get that software for free. That software costs between $500 and $5,000, depending on what type of license you are getting, but it is free to you. So that's it. Additional software are Python and Microsoft Visual Studio Code software. So Python, you already have, I'm assuming you already have Python from last time. You already have Microsoft Visual Studio Code. And for those who are familiar with other integrated development environments for Python, other than the Visual Studio Code, note that Fusion 360 does not work with PyCharm or Spider or the other IDEs. It is not that Visual Studio Code is better than them, but Autodesk has chosen that the one it will use is Visual Studio Code. That actually was the reason why I insisted on you using Visual Studio Code last time. I wanted you to be familiar with it and then to be able to use it when the need calls for it. And this is one of the situations where we need it. Visual Studio Code is what we shall use when we use Python. And I will tell you why Python is coming again in a graphics course. This set is lucky to have had a term of Python already. When I taught this course last session, the students did not have the Python, at least I didn't teach them Python in the previous term, and that limited what we could do. But we don't have that limitation in your own case. It will be possible for us to do significantly more than they did. We shall therefore achieve more this term than we did for the previous set. You'll be required to use the materials from last year, plus your Python of last year, plus the videos that I've already made that are available, plus additional materials we shall provide from time to time. All of these things I'm talking about are to help you. They are not to add to your problem. They are supposed to solve your problem. Now, I told you earlier that if you obey instructions, you are going to get an A. You are not going to be dashed an A. You will earn it. Now, to prepare for each week, this is the instruction. There is a homework assignment each week. I will give you one to do this week. To keep a record of all the drawings, and I will show you how to make this accessible to me so that I can evaluate on your own. I can get access to your drawings and take a look at them by myself. Your drawing portfolio will be required during the final exam. So all the drawings you have done through the term, keep them and let them be reachable, because I can ask you questions about specific drawings, and I can ask you to do things on drawings you've already done. Because this course is difficult to test from scratch. Instead of testing from scratch, we're going to assume that you are present during the term, and we're going to take some of the things you have done, and we're going to examine you on the basis of some of those things. So anybody who waits till the end of the term to be serious will fail naturally. Not because they have been caused or because anything, or somebody from their village is doing them. It's this day that they are doing themselves. So if you don't attend classes, you don't do your homework, and you don't present your portfolio, then you have difficulties. So your final exam will require you to make modifications to drawings and models from your own portfolio. So make sure you do your own work. That doesn't mean you cannot receive assistance from your mates or from anybody. But when you have received assistance, still do the work and make sure that you have a final model that is your own work, which you did and understand. Because you will need to understand it, because if you don't understand it, when we now ask you to do further work on it, you are going to get stuck. So I don't want you to get stuck. So make sure you do your own work. If you receive assistance from other people, make sure the final model is your own work that you understand. I think people in this class already have an idea of how this can be examined at the end. People think you cannot examine programming or graphics. I can examine programming or graphics. I don't set hard exams. I just want to be sure. I just want to separate those students who are not serious and fail them. All I'm trying to do at the end of the term is that I want to look at all those lazy clowns that are not supposed to be in the class, and I want to make sure that they fail. That's all. But if you have been present and you have been obeying instructions, you will be able to get an A. That should be no problem. So the final exam should not be hard for you, should be easy for you if you have been working through the term. If you have not been working through the term, then you may have difficulty. But if you have been working through the term, if you have not been working through the term, I want to know at the end. I want to ask the question such that you will reveal yourself to me so that I can give you what you deserve at the end of the term. So that's just all. So there is nothing, again, that is stopping you from getting an A. There is nothing stopping everybody in this class from getting an A, not just getting an A, from understanding and from being able to even make money while you are students, teaching other people how to do solid modeling and some of these things, and then how to program it and be able to help others and make money for yourself while you are undergraduates. Not only so, to be able to use it to look at other courses you are doing and be able to use it to benefit yourself when you are taking other courses. So you will see how these things work together to make you a complete engineer. If you take this course with one or two other courses I am taking, you will get virtually the most advanced form of a mechanical engineering degree in a very, very powerful way. And you wouldn't have needed to take more than 6 courses in addition to doing other things for yourself. So that when they want a mechanical engineer, even though you're an assistant engineer, you can fill that role in addition to all the other things you have learned. But you are doing it at a very high level. So those are things that are possible if you do the right things. And all you need to do is to obey simple instructions. Now, let us see where the homework begins. This week, the homework I'm giving you is that you go and make sure you register for the Fusion 360 software. You run it and you navigate the workspaces. You should just play around. Go on your computer, look at the design workspace, the generative design workspace, the render workspace, the animation workspace, the simulation workspace, the manufacture workspace, and the drawing workspace. All those workspaces are available in Fusion 360. For most of the year, for most of the term, we are going to stay for this course, we are going to stay at the design workspace. But I will explain to you what the other workspaces do so that even after this is over, because for instance, when you get to 400 level and you have taken a lot of courses like mechanics of fluids, mechanics of machines, and many of those other things like thermodynamics and all those ones, the simulation workspace become important at that time. So and then when you want to produce physical models, like you want to use the 3D printer or CNC machine, the manufacture workspace become important. If you want to connect with the old way of doing things, you want to generate graphics like the person who used hand to draw it, you can get to the drawing workspace, which can now produce all the views that those people who are doing manual drawings will get. All that one you will get later on. But I want us to stay in the design workspace. There is still another issue that is not discussed in the workspaces. When you are doing programming, I don't know why that is not a workspace by itself, but it could be because you can reach that even from outside Fusion 360. You can reach that by running your code and it will launch Fusion 360, and you can now go ahead and get your graphics done programmatically. I like that a lot. And I think that is what makes you able to simulate using automated scenarios. But we won't go into that yet. So what are you supposed to do? Just go and play with it. And there is nothing to show me or show for this. But if you don't do this, you will find yourself slow when we get to the next homework. So do this so that you will not be too slow when we get to the next assignment. Now, the design workspace, GUI, and API. In the first 3 weeks, I will be spending a lot of time teaching you the graphical user interface. GUI means graphical user interface, where you pull down, you want to draw a line, you click a line icon, and you drag your mouse, you draw the line. You want to draw a circle, you click a circle icon, you click the center, and you move your mouse until you get the radius you want. You draw things like that using icons from the graphical user interface. And we will use that initially. We're going to use that to create graphical sketches. We are going to create graphical two-dimensional sketches. I may give you an example in as we go on today, if time permits me to do that. But if I don't, we will go into other things if I don't do that. But at least we will. But you can also create three-dimensional objects directly by working in 3D, even though we are going to spend a lot of our time in 2D. However, many 3D objects can be created from 2D using facilities such as Loft. So you will learn to loft, to rotate, to extrude, and to sweep your two-dimensional drawings so that you can get three-dimensional objects. So don't be in a hurry to go to the three-dimensional work, three-dimensional creation of objects, because creating two-dimensional objects actually can be used to create three-dimensional objects using some facilities that are available. So don't be in a hurry. Master the two-dimensional sketches first before you go to three-dimensional objects directly, because 2D can create 3D objects. You will need the 2D experience to introduce you to the Application Programmers Interface API, the API that I'm talking about here, that allows you to create graphical objects programmatically using Python. So you can, instead of creating a circle, you can write Python code and instruct the AutoCAD to create the circle for you, giving it, tell it where you want the circle to be created, tell it how you want the circle to be created, and you can even tell it to extrude the circle into a cylinder and then rotate this thing or cut it somewhere. All those things you can now speak Python to Fusion 360. That is what you can get it, but it will take you a lot of depth before you can understand. That's what you are going to get even at 200 level. Because if you start it early, by the time you are in 300-400 levels, you should be getting very strong. And I hope there will be no ASUS strike again. Even if there is, you will not have any problem, because you will use all that time to be building your future. So once I show you how to do graphical programmers interface early, you even want there to be a lot of time so that you can do some things. And I expect that in this class, I expect there to be people who can actually be quite relatively well off while they are undergraduates because of the things they can do. And so you can just imagine what will happen to them when they are finished. So those are the things. So we're going to do the graphical user interface, which is what most people will do, but we're going to go further into the application programmers interface, which is going to happen because I already taught you an amount of Python. Receiving help. That's something, again, I want you to familiarize yourself with this term. The help system in Fusion 360 is enormous. Second thing I want you to do as homework, spend time this week using it to familiarize yourself with the following. For instance, there are 10 short videos, some of them 5 minutes, some of them 3 minutes, some of them 8 minutes. They are short videos, but they emphasize and define one aspect or the other with clarity. When you go online, you will see all sorts of people try to teach you Fusion 360. Don't mind them. Go to the people that made Fusion 360. They have powerful videos of their own. And you are not going to, and those videos are made by very top experts in the area. So I start with that. And by the time you do that, you will not need anybody's help. So how do you get to these videos? They can be obtained from the main page by clicking the question mark near your photograph at the top left corner. I will do this before I close. Where after you have launched the software, selecting learning and documentation, which is the second item on the menu, followed by self-paced learning. By the time you do that, you are going to get to this point where you can click start learning. When you click start learning there, you'll be given all access to those videos. Once you watch those 10 videos, you will now see where you can get videos for every level, for every issue that you can watch. So if you start now to be watching those videos and practicing with them, you will be doing very, very well. You will ask me deep questions. You will even ask me questions that I will say, okay, I'm coming. I don't know the answer. I will go and check again before I can answer you. But you will be able to, you are going to really be happy with yourself because of what you will be able to do. So better start. It doesn't take a lot of effort. It doesn't matter whether you did well last time or not. This is we are starting afresh now. This is a new term. So try and do this. So I will just pause a little bit and I will check the chat room to see whether there are any questions there that are in the chat. Is there anything, if there's anything you want to ask me, why not go ahead and type your questions in the chat. If there is no question in the chat, I will just launch a session of Fusion 360 and I will show you how to get to help. That's what I will do now. Let me see Fusion 360 here. So I'm launching the application now. So this is how it will look like when you run it. I hope you can see. I hope it's still showing on my screen. Admin, please let me know at the point where Fusion 360 screen is showing, where Fusion 360 screen is showing.
It's up now, sir.
Is it up? You can see it?
Yes, sir.
Oh, good. That's really good. So this Fusion 360 screen. So if you can see this top, okay, on the left, you see all my own old drawings. These are drawings I've been doing over my teaching times. Those are some of the examples I want you to do. In this particular case, for instance, let me just show you this example. Let me see where this example will load. In this example, I had a, what do you call it here? This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cylinder engine. And then I did it in such a way that the engine can actually move. So in those days I don't know whether it will work now to animate the model. It's not working, but at least this is one drawing. But that's not what I want to show you right now. What I want to show you is this top right corner. In this top right corner, you are going to see a plus sign, which helps you to get a new design, extensions, job status, notification, help, and a photograph. It should be your photograph or some photograph there. So this second to the last icon there is help. If you click that help, you click it, the second of the drop-down menu is learning documentation. And if you are on it, while you are on it, it will bring you a list of 3 things. One is self-paced learning, product documentation, and Fusion 360 API. We are going to look at the other ones, but right now, I want you to just click self-paced learning. If you click self-paced learning, you are going to get to something like this. When you get this, this is what I was talking about. This is what I showed on your slide. The slide I gave you is this. So if you click this, start learning. If you click start learning, you will see introduction to Fusion 360. And the first something that is only is less than 6 minutes. So these are short videos, and it's an overview video. And then after you just go from one to the other, and they're short. By the time you go through the 10 of them, you would have had a very good experience of how to actually use. You don't need to ask anybody any question. It's a beginner thing. Go through all the 10 before the next lecture. If you can do that, you will see that what I will tell you to do the next lecture will be something simple. So every time it will be something simple. But by the time somebody who did not attend 3 or 4 lectures, by the time he gets there, he's now meeting something very hard. So that is how it is. So that's where I will stop today. I'm not going to teach you further than this because I will now want you to go to the website and look at the slides that I have for week 1. And that is where I try to explain to you what we are trying to do in graphics and why it is important. And that one takes 2 hours. So you download that, and then we will meet again Tuesday next week. If there are questions, ask me in the normal way. We will get to answer you as we can. I think since there are no chat questions, and there is nobody, everybody seems to be okay with what we have done now. So see you again on Tuesday, and all the best. Oh, there's a raised hand. What is the raised hand about? Samuel, who raised hand? Why can't you just give your, I'm not used to the raising of hands. Why can't you just put a chat, a question? Type a question. Have a question, because we do not like to interrupt the class. The classes will not be online only. We will have tutorial classes. After all, haven't you had a class already in the classroom? It will not be online only. There will be classes physical. You'll be told as they come. But I will likely be available only online, because I'm going to be on leave from 15th. Samuel Agui says, is it only Python that can be used to write GUI? You use Python to address the API, the application programmer's interface. For the GUI, you use your mouse. Now, it's not only Python. I think Fusion 360 supports C++. I don't know. There may be another programming language supported. But I know for sure C++ is also supported. But C++ is a little bit more difficult than Python. So that's why I chose Python. So if you like to do C++, you can go ahead. But I don't see why somebody should want to punish himself, because Python will do everything you will do in C++ with less hassle. So that's it. I'm a C++ programmer personally, but when I'm teaching students, I prefer to teach them Python, because I don't want to take them through all the issues that are C++. I learned that over several years. So you can use C++, but I don't see why you should use C++. You will be taught Python. I don't know what you will now achieve that you could not have achieved more simply with Python. So that's it. So I hope you know that you are going to have this video, but there is a bigger video, which is much more elaborate, that I wrote, that I did last year, that is actually the main video for today's lecture. What we have just done now is just a supplement, because there are some things that apply to you that did not apply to the students that I had last year. I didn't teach them Python the term before the graphics. And that is why when I was given an opportunity to teach programming, I grabbed it, because I know it will help students in my graphics class. Okay, so have a nice week. Goodbye.